Okay, I am sorry that I'm running late today. This was the day my middle schooler got home from camp, and he got home right around the time that I was supposed to start streaming, so that makes things run just a little bit late. But that's okay, I'm here now and we're gonna have some fun. First, I want to show you some amazing cards that I received this week. I'm working on fixing this camera. And okay. This card came all the way from Australia. It's from Marion Pittman. And I think if I hold it over this direction, you'll be able to see them. I might wait. Yep, there it is, and you can see it. This is from Marion Pittman. I love the little tiny balloons that are punched out of the blushing bride. Well, they're probably fussy cut or with a Big Shot inlet, but they're from the glimmer paper, and it just makes them so cute. My next one is from North Carolina. I got 2 cards from North Carolina in the same day, and I'm curious if these 2 ladies know each other. This one is from Carla, and she used the shaving cream marble technique on the background of this card. And then this one is from Sharon, and she uses the High Tide stamp set, which I don't have. So if you want to see some beautiful cards made with High Tide, here is one right here. And then finally, I got a pretty amazing invitation to my grandma's birthday party, and I just wanted to share it. It is so beautiful. She wanted a rainbow for colors, so my mom actually created these invitations for her. Alright, that is all I have for show and tell today. So I am going to flip the camera around, and we are going to get started making a card. I'm going to make you sick, unfortunately, because I need both hands for turning this. Turning and then tightening, and then I don't know if that will work. Next week I'm going to have a new camera setup, so we will see if it works out any better for us. Oh, this light is terrible. Let me go turn on the overhead light and see if that will give us enough. Gonna take a minute before I am seeing what you're seeing. So let me keep looking. I don't know, I think I need to turn this back on now. This is the card we are basing the design off today, but we are going to be making it using the elements that came in the designer series paper. Well, it came in the Eastern Palace Suite, and it comes in the designer series paper, because right now the paper used to make this card is retired, and the doily is also retired. We do offer doilies in the new catalog, but this particular one is not currently offered. And I promised I will always try to talk you through ways that you could make similar cards without the big shot. So I will be doing that if I can remember to do that as we go through it today. I'm going to set the card there so I can see it. Okay. First thing we will do is we're going to take some fresh fig cardstock. This I have cut hot dog style, which is 4 1/4 by 11, and fold that in half, and it makes 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Which reminds me, I did not get my Very Vanilla for the inside yet. I will have to do that later. Not getting this folded in half very well. Alright, there we go. So there is the card base, and then this, I'm planning to use this designer series paper for the card front, and I think we can go ahead and get out the Tombow and glue that down right now. I know this lighting is terrible, but I don't know if you can see that there are, on this piece of Very Vanilla designer series paper, there are flowers in the Tranquil Tide and Dapper Denim, and little dots in the Fresh Fig, so it should all go together perfectly. This, I've already cut a strip that will go across the middle for the Fresh Fig, and I'm thinking I'm going to want the Tranquil Tide. We're just kind of creating this card together. Yeah, and I want this stamp that is the circle. It's just a circle, it looks like kind of made out of chain, and we are going to use the Tranquil Tide to stamp a few of those on this Fresh Fig piece. We'll see if I love it here in a minute. That is exactly why I always stamp with some kind of paper underneath, because it gives me permission to stamp right off the piece and onto my grid paper or my scratch paper or whatever it is I'm using. Get my Stampin' Scrub out and get that stamp cleaned up. I am very excited that my order from the new catalog should be arriving today. And when that arrives, I will be doing a live unboxing on my VIP Facebook page. And then I will be blogging about it. So everyone will get to see just how exciting these new products are. I keep losing little stamps. I think I want to use, I'm going to use one of the curved, I think I'm going to use this one, a note for you, one of the curved sentiments. I used Life is Beautiful on the other one, but I think I plan to use a note for you on this one. Will it fit? Let me see if I can curl it just a little more. That is the bonus of these photopolymer stamps. You can curl them around just a little bit. Yep, that's much better. And I'm going to stamp it in the Tranquil Tide again. And right there. Perfect. So there is my fresh fig piece for the middle. I'm going to put this away for now. Haven't decided exactly how I want to make my flowers, but I think I'm getting it figured out as we go along. I am now going to be pulling out the Big Shot. So for those of you who don't have a Big Shot, I will be talking you through what you can do to create the same thing without Big Shot. My Big Shot handle keeps falling off because I have lost the screw that holds it on. I'm hoping that there will be a new screw in the order that should be arriving today. We will see. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is try to create a doily with my Eastern Medallion Thinlits. I could always just pull a doily out of my stack, but that's no fun. So I'm going to put down, make my sandwich on here, which means move all my pieces. Get the Big Shot up here. And I'll put down the platform and then thin die adapter in the precision base plate. Then I will be putting down a piece of Very Vanilla, and then I'll be grabbing my Thinlits and seeing if I can create a doily. Okay. That one. And then it's not going to be quite the same, but I think it's still going to be absolutely beautiful. And I'm losing parts, so I hope I find all my pieces to my Thinlit set here after a bit. I'm shaking. It's never good news when your hands are shaking, or when you throw your Thinlits on the floor. Okay. And I'm going to run this through a few times. So even with the precision base plate, when things are this detailed, it helps to run them through the cutter a few times. And I didn't do it, but I've heard that it's better if you place it on toward the edges of the big shot, because there will be more pressure there. Trying to pick up all my Thinlits that I just threw on the ground. My handle fell off again, so we'll get that on there. Turn it so that I can pull this out. I'm going to leave that on the precision plate, and we'll get it off of there after a bit, but that will be a surprise for us. I'm thinking what I want to do next. I think I'm going to want, out of the Tranquil Tide, the bigger of the frame shapes. So I will just run that through. Oops, I forgot something. Without my precision base plate, I'm going to need to use both of those. I keep forgetting what they're called. Get that on there. Find where I put the other one. Oh, I think maybe it fell and I didn't pick it up. Yep, that's exactly what happened. Okay. So here we go. Sending that through. And I have my Tranquil Tide shape cut out for me. And then I think I'm going to do on Very Vanilla this next shape. I will have to make sure that's the actual shape I want to use. That's just what happens to have fallen off onto the floor. Nope. This is the next shape I want to use. So, let me get this back on here. And I will grab my Very Vanilla piece that I pulled out just for this very thing. Trying to decide if I want to stamp it first or stamp it after. Why don't I try it after, and if it doesn't work, then we'll do it again, and we'll lesson learned. It's always better to stamp it first, but I have the Big Shot all set up on my work surface right now, and I didn't get that stamped before I pulled this up here. So I figure we'll try it this way, and if it doesn't work, I have plenty of Very Vanilla paper there. We can do it again. Alright. So there it is. It came through. And then for my last thing, I'm cutting with the Big Shot. And these, I believe you have stamps that you could just be stamping and then cutting them out. But we will look at the stamp set as soon as I'm done with this final flower. We're going to put it on the fresh fig. And I'm going to have to cut that one out here in a moment. Okay, I will be moving the Big Shot so that whether or not, we have to get it back out again here in a minute. At least for now, it's not in the middle of my stamping surface. And then I will be getting out the Tranquil Tide ink and the stamp that goes with that. And yes, there are the shapes that we cut out. There are stamps for those as well. I'm trying to figure out what I used on this card. Oh, there it is. there is the frame. I don't even see it on there. That, I think, must be the frame. And then this is the one I'm about to stamp. And then the only thing that there isn't one of is the flower. But you could do another one of these and just kind of rotate them a bit. And that would give you a similar shape. And we're going to see if this can happen. I don't know. I'm not convinced, but just going to try it. That's how I find out if things work or not. Okay, and it is photopolymer, so it does go up over it. So I just line it up, stamp it, take it off. Let's try it on the other side. Actually, I'm going to stamp it off, and that looks pretty good. So I'm going to try this again. We're going to line it up with the photopolymer. I'm going to stamp it. It didn't work. Lesson learned, always stamp first. Get what you want and then cut it out with your big shot. Never hurts to try something once, but doesn't make sense to do it over and over if it doesn't work out for you the first time. So from now on, I will know. You just stamp first and then cut it out. Put that back before I forget. Now I am going to get out my magnetic base plate. Just so, I lost the handle again. Just so I can be sure that the die will be held in place where I want it and shouldn't go slip sliding all over the place when I run it through. It has occasionally still gone slip sliding. But there's my magnetic base plate. And then I put down, these are my cutting surfaces, I think is what we call them. I don't know what we call them. Put my stamped piece right there. And go ahead and get out my framelit. Try to stick that over exactly where I want it. Sometimes you have to be careful initially getting them set up because the magnets like to talk to each other, and sometimes there's a negative issue going on, and you just have to work with your page a little bit. And I put on the top cutting plate, put the handle back on, and slide it through. And that should have got, let's see. Yes, it did. That's much better. I'm not sure where to hold this so you all can see it. And now I'm gonna pick up my stuff as I go. If I don't clean up as I go, I'll have all kinds of mess. I have no idea where anything is. Even 5 minutes from now. Close that up and flip it over, because here in a minute we're going to have the medallion thinlits to put back, because we're going to put that over there. They're already ready to be put back, so I will do that before I lose them. I have announced the stamp set that we will be using in July, and it will be the Flourishing Phrases stamp set. And there will be samples going up of the cards we will be creating in next month's classes soon. And then I just decided that for August we are going to use the cool treats, because that was something I definitely wanted to get to this summer, and if we don't do it in August, it will be fall already. So we will be doing that in August. Get out my die brush, and I'm very gently going to clean out the little pieces that are in this Eastern Medallion Thinlit. And it doesn't look exactly like the doily, but it sure looks close. I like this better because it matches the suite that we are using today. Every time I do this, I think, boy howdy, there's got to be some kind of use for all those little pieces. And I always think I'm going to save them and then someday have enough ambition to glue them back together to make the medallion shape. But I actually happen to know myself pretty well and know that that's not ever going to happen at this point. So there's no point for me to save all those little pieces, because they will just take up space and never get used. And now we are going to put this card together. I'm going to go ahead and clip out this flower from this page. There are so many amazing things you can do where you just cut them into the piece and just use the piece as your card front, and don't actually do any of this fussy cutting, clipping things out. But for this card, I want this flower out. So I will be fussy cutting it right up there. Okay. And I will be fussy cutting this right out of here as well. And then we're going to get the trimmer out, cut the top off it, because we're not putting a whole doily, a whole circle piece on the card. We're putting part of a circle on the card. Okay. Let's look at my paper trimmer. And I don't know that we'll cut it exactly in half, but I'm just going to cut a part off of it. And then we're going to glue it to the back of there. So let me get out my fine tip glue. And we're going to just glue this here. Oh, that's not. I'm gluing the wrong side. Then we will glue that onto this. And then we will put some Tombow onto the back of the strip and glue it down on the card. Right about there, I think. All right. Don't think I'm going to need this fine tip glue again for this card, so I'm going to get its cap back on so it doesn't dry out on me. And then I'm going to start assembling my flower. some glue on the back. That looks great. There we have the Tranquil Tide base, and then the Very Vanilla layer with the Tranquil Tide stamp. Grab my adhesive remover and get that glue off of there. I'm pretty terrible about that. And then I'm going to put a little glue on the back of my fresh fig flower. Stick it right in the middle. And I'm gonna I just put it in the middle so that I could fold up the petals a little bit, give it some dimension. And then you can put whatever you would like in the center of the flower. There are Eastern Gold vinyl stickers that were in the special promotion bundles that were available in May. There are some faceted gems and some glitter dots that are in the new catalog. I happen to have these clear dots still laying around. So that's what I'm going to put in the middle center of my flower. And then I'm going to get some dimensionals. And put some of those on the back. Super excited about the many dimensionals that are in the new catalog. You get twice as many, and you don't have to cut your dimensionals up in half anymore to save them, so you can use more. They're already cut for you, and there are 2 times as many for the same price. They're just smaller. That will be in my box when it arrives today. So I will be filming that on my VIP group Facebook page, and then it will be posted on my blog and on my YouTube channel as well. So here it is. We have, I don't know how you're going to see this. This is the card we made today. It has the new 2017 to 2019 in colors. There is the Tranquil Tide and the Fresh Fig. I have not remembered to get it inside for this, but I will get that done before I put this on my blog, and I will make sure to take a picture of the inside as well. So here it is, our Eastern Palace Suite card for the day. I hope you enjoyed playing along. If you need to purchase anything and you live in the United States, you can head over to my store, visit my webpage at angelstamps.stampinup.net, and you can check things out and send me a message from there. And I will see you next week. Actually, as soon as my box arrives, I will be on my VIP Facebook page. So if you happen to be a member of that page, don't forget to check me out over there in just a little bit. And if you would like to be a member of that page, all you have to do is place an order and you will get an invite to be a VIP member. But goodbye for now, everyone. Let's see if I can get